Good afternoon, vinyl community. North Carolina vinyl picker here, and we're doing the Sunday show. It was supposed to be Saturday night show, but they got postponed to Sunday afternoon. We're going to be doing the St. John celebration of Black History Month thread. I was going to go ahead and do a thread on this, but looks like Sam beat me to it, and so here we go. So we're going to talk about 5 artists that you don't normally hear about. Not your more popular artists or the ones that are in the mainstream media all the time. We're going to talk a deep dive into 5 jazz artists that don't get a lot of recognition in the vinyl community as much, but we're going to talk about them today. And the first one up I want to talk about is Stanley Jordan. Stanley Jordan is an outstanding guitar player, and Stanley Jordan has played with Stanley Clarke, Billy Cobham, Dennis Chambers. In 1985, Bruce Lundvall, the president of Blue Note, this was his first artist that he signed to Blue Note when he took over Blue Note in 1985. If you have never heard of Stanley Jordan, go on your one of your streaming services and give it a listen. This album here is called Flying Home. I think I have 2 copies on CD, but plus I have the vinyl copy that I found. But this young man is just tremendous, and if you get a chance, give him a listen. There's number 1, Stanley Jordan. And if anybody out there has heard of these 5 artists, let me know in the comment section, and we'll talk about it a little bit. Second one on my list is a man his name is David Sanchez. David Sanchez played with Peter Gabriel on drums. He's also played with a few other artists. David Sanchez has played with Bruce Springsteen. He was in the E Street Band. He also played with Stanley Clarke. He was played with John Anderson on the album Animation. He also played with Sting, and he also has quite a few solo albums. This is one of them. This album here is called Just As I Thought, and these are jazz fusion records for the most part. Here's another one, Transformation, The Speed of Love. Some pretty cool covers too. David Sanchez, The Bridge. David Sanchez, Forest of Feelings. So if you get a chance, pick those up. Pick some of his records up. The next one I want to talk about is Billy Cobham. Billy Cobham played for Miles Davis. He played solo. He played with Elmer Deodato. He also played in the Mahavishnu Orchestra with John McLaughlin. And I just found this record just the other day when I was out picking for $1. This is the best of Billy Cobham. If you get a chance to listen to Billy Cobham, pick up his first album, or one of his first albums. It's called Spectrum. Here's an album of his called Total Eclipse. Here's Spectrum. Oh, these are just awesome albums. Here's the album that was after Spectrum, called Crosswinds. So if you get a chance, listen to those records. Those are great albums by Billy Cobham. But Billy Cobham was in many bands. He played with Miles Davis. Like I said, he played with Mahavishnu for a long time. Just an outstanding drummer. And speaking of drummers, the next two are drummers. First one I want to talk about is Tony Williams. And how I know Tony Williams is he was in his Lifetime band. It was a jazz fusion band. But Tony Williams played with John McLaughlin in the Trio of Doom. He played with Miles. He played with Herbie Hancock. He played with a lot of the older jazz artists from the 50s and, in late 50s, 60s. A lot of those bands that I'm just now getting into. So I had no idea that his career was that much before that. What I know him from is the Tony Williams Lifetime band. And I have a few of his records to show you. This one here is called Turn It Over. And he has an album called $1 Million Legs. And Tony Williams has another album called The Joy of Flying. And these can all be picked up for like $5 a piece. They're not expensive records. The new Tony Williams Lifetime, this is probably my favorite. Believe It. Now I'm just getting into some of the older stuff. So the stuff that he did prior to this, and he did some records after he did these Columbia records also. So if you can get a hold of those are some great stuff. Now the last person I want to talk to is, I don't have any of his records, but he also, his name was Chester Thompson. Chester Thompson played in Phil Collins' band on the road, and he also played in Genesis. After Phil took over Genesis, after Peter Gabriel left, they needed a drummer. So they hired Bill Bruford for the Trick of the Tail tour, and then Bill went on to do his thing, and then they still needed a permanent drummer. So they got him to play drums for Genesis when they were in the arenas and stuff back in the 80s and 90s when they were real hot and they were out touring the whole world. And then they picked up Daryl Stallmer to play guitar. So that's where Chester, and then Chester also played with Weather Report, and Chester also played with Frank Zappa and the Mothers. So yeah, Chester Thompson. So those 5 artists, if you get a chance, listen to those 5 artists. You won't go wrong with those. Stanley Jordan, David Sanchez, Billy Cobham, Chester Thompson, and Tony Williams. Thank you all for your contribution. 5 excellent artists. Now on to the pickups. It's been real busy the past week or so. I've found quite a few things, some holdovers from last time. I got 2 big stacks here and some CDs to show you. We'll run through them pretty quick. We're already up to 8.5 minutes, and I'll try to get all these in 10 minutes. Try to keep this video down to like 20 minutes. We'll go through the 45s first, and then I'll show you some of the CDs I found, and then we'll show you the records. I went to a thrift store not too far from here, over in Lincolnton, and found 3 copies of Olivia Newton-John Sam, her hit 45, and the B-side was I Bet You Are a Kangaroo. I've never heard that song, but I have heard Sam, and so I got 3 copies of those, and just because they were there, and they were $0.25 a piece. Cat Stevens, Ben Apple Gas, this is from the album Numbers. 2 copies of The Year of the Cat, Al Stewart. This place here had the little strips, like when you put they must have used these for a jukebox, and that's why I had the Pat Metheny one. I had like 6 copies of the Pat Metheny 45, and then there's other 45s I left there, the stuff I don't want, but they have little strips that went into the machine. Back in the day, they had them at each individual table, and that you could pick a song, and then it would play on the big jukebox or over the. So those are pretty cool. And then I found this one there, which was nice. Fleetwood Mac, Gold Dust Woman. This from Rumors. And these were all a quarter a piece. I've already put this one in the... I got to get some more plastic sleeves. Solomon Burke, Got to Get You Off My Mind. Skipworth and Turner, Thinking About Your Love, from the album Pumping Iron 2. I think that was with Arnold, wasn't it? I just like the cover. Yeah, that's a nice one. Poco, Call It Love. I seen this one there, and I didn't want to leave it. I know there's people out there that love Poco. I like them too. That looks like Jim Messina there in the middle. That's a pretty cool looking 45. I've never seen it before. And for a quarter, I wasn't going to leave that one. And then I got one left here. 10cc, The Things We Do for Love. I like 10cc. Good art rock. Still looking for the album I'm Not in Love. So I got those. And I got some CDs to show you. I was really stoked to find this for $1 in the Goodwill. One Pat Metheny I did not have. This is Charlie Hayden, the late Charlie Hayden, who has passed away. And with Pat on guitar, I can't wait to give this a listen. Beyond the Missouri Sky. And it's opens up. And for $1, I was real happy to find that. Here's the album we were just talking about on CD. This is my second copy. Stanley Jordan. Like I say, if you get a chance and find this, you see this in Goodwill or somewhere. He also had other records. I just don't have any other records by him, but I would love to find some more. Eventually I will. I keep hitting those Goodwills and Habitat. Andreas Vollenwinder, Cosmopoly. This has got Carly Simon on it, some other people. This was pretty cool. It's one I didn't have. He plays the electronic harp. It's more of new age music. I was excited to find this one there. It's one I didn't have. I have it on vinyl, but I didn't have it on CD. John and Vangelis, The Friends of Mr. Cairo. Admar Liebert and Luna Negre, the Rumba Collection. This is the best of from his first probably 4 or 5 albums. He's a new age artist, and he also plays flamenco guitar and rumba music. He's awesome. I would love to have seen him back in the day. He's probably still playing. A sealed copy of Cat Stevens, Icon, best of. Still in the shrink. These were all $1. John Scofield, a jazz artist, guitarist. An album I didn't have. This album is called Works for Me. James Taylor Christmas album. I'm getting ready a little early. We're playing James Taylor. Paul McCartney, Standing Stone. This album I've never heard. Paul McCartney was the executive producer on this. Yeah, so those are pretty cool. Got some good 45s and some CDs. Found a couple albums at a thrift store. Clarence Clemens and the Red Bank Rockers. 99 cents. You know, Clarence Clemens, the late Clarence Clemens, played saxophone with the E Street Band. This was an album he did that was a solo. Breathless by Camel. This is a great Camel album. This is the last Camel album to have Peter Bardens on, the late Peter Bardens. And keyboardist. After this, they went on to get other keyboardists to take his place. But I like the first albums with Peter Bardens, and I like Peter Bardens' 2 or 3 of his solo albums as well. I like later Camel, but I do like the early stuff. That's more of my favorite with Barden. That's a good album to find. Come to find out, I paid $5 and I already had it here. So I need to get all my records put into Discogs. I got a lot of my CDs put in so far, but I still have a lot of my records that are not in. Steve Howe album. This is a promo. I didn't want to leave this one behind. Take it out of the shrink for you. Show some of his guitars. From what I hear, he has plenty. I've seen him lots of times playing with Yes. That's a nice promo album. It's not a white label promo, but it is a promo album nonetheless. Found this one there, Elvis, Moody Blue, and it is the blue vinyl copy of Moody Blue. I paid all of $3 for this. So that was pretty cool. Nice to have. I seen it at another thrift store a couple of weeks ago, and they had a price tag on there of $40. I said, no, it ain't worth all that. I was happy to find this in a Salvation Army the other day for $1. And I think after all the discounts, I ended up paying like 40 cents for it. And it's an Impulse album. Technically augmented stereo A-72, and it has the I didn't want to leave this one there. It's an Impulse album. It's got My Fair Lady Loves Jazz, Billy Taylor Trio with Quincy Jones, Jerry Mulligan, and a few other people. I listened to it. It was pretty good. I liked it. Didn't love it, but I liked it. Found this there. Peter Frampton, Baby I Love Your Way. I've never seen this 45 out in the wild. And as the B-side is It's a Plain Shame. There's some of his. And I saw this tour in San Diego when I was out there in the Navy. I was cooking school. I saw Frampton Comes Alive. And it was awesome. Cat Stevens, Back to Earth, promo copy. I'd say these were all like $3 a piece. Been busy, Still got more to do. This one here I got off of eBay, the Graham Edge from the Moody Blues. His solo album, Paradise Ballroom. Got that off of eBay. Tori Amos CD, Pretty Good Year. Olivia Newton-John, The Rumor. And David Gilmour, Blue Light. Both of these came in from eBay, and they were it was like $5 for both of them. Weather report, heavy weather. And this got Jocko on it. Listened to this last night. I never really had paid much attention to weather report, but now I definitely will be finding more of their stuff. Waiting on some sleeves to come in the mail. These are some older records that I had that I have to give them a listen. Booker T and the MGs. McElmore Avenue. And this is I believe, it's a take on the Beatles. They do Abbey Road. So I'll be giving that a listen. And then I got the Sweet Nighter weather report. Cover's a little beat up. Jocko's not on this album. Wayne Shorter is on this album, and he's the only one I recognize. This must be the later incarnation of Weather Report. The Chambers Brothers, The Time Has Come, promo. I see these were all $1. These last 4 or 5 here that I found. These I found, I believe, in Florida before I left Florida. These are some older records that I had that need to be cleaned up. Nina Simone, for all you Nina Simone fans out there, live in concert. Cover's pretty beat up. Got a few more here. Are you still with me out there? This album here, First Light, The Family of Man. This is Herbie Mann. This is a promo. Listened to this last night. This sounded really good. And there's some, I believe, Steve Gadd's on here on drums. Tony Levin on bass. Yep. There's the back. There's the front. Okay, Petula Clark, Color My World. I like a little Petula Clark. Count Basie and his orchestra, 1 O'Clock Jump. These were all $1. These came out of a Goodwill. Steps Ahead. I was surprised to see this one there. Steps Ahead is a great band with Mike Minearney and Michael Brecker. My friend John from New Jersey turned me on to this band. I got some of them on CD, but I'd like to find a couple of them if I can find them on vinyl. This one here was $1, and I knew who they were right away. And then this is their first album. I believe it's their first album. Modern Times. Laura Nero. I've heard about her. I never heard her vocals. She's got a nice voice. And it's a promo to boot. And she's got the LaBelle sisters on here with her. So that's a bonus. Diodato. I'm just getting into him. I think I found 3 or 4 of his records. He does a lot of the standards. He does a lot of the older songs. And does them his way. And also on here, there's Billy Cobham's on here. Tony Levin again. So a lot of the times you see the same artist. Here's another album of his. Diodato 2. So I've listened to both of those. I've been getting into David Sanborn. I've always been a big fan of David Sanborn. But I've been finding some of his records for like $2 and $3 a piece. So I've been picking them up. And I found some more today, but I'll be showing you those on Tuesday coming up. And one more record, and we're at the end. The Illusion. This isn't the Illusion album that I see all the time, but this is one I found the other day. And I believe this was like $5. But I listened to this, and it's pretty good garage rock. It's like garage psych rock. So that was pretty good. So that's all. That's a lot. We're at the 23-minute mark, and you have a great rest of your weekend. It's Sunday. Be safe out there. The weather's still a little crappy up north. It's getting to be nice around here in North Carolina. And y'all take care and be good, and I'll talk to you soon. See you on Tuesday night, and we'll talk to you soon. And Old Goat, I got a box coming your way, just to let you know. Have a good day. Bye-bye for now.